Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Imps View podcast show with me, Cornell B, back again. And it's been a while since I've done the Imps View podcast show because obviously we haven't been playing for a while because obviously last week we were supposed to play against Shrewsbury Town, but that game got postponed due to Shrewsbury playing in the third round of the FA Cup, and fair play to them on their FA Cup run. So obviously we had 6 weeks. The boys and Lincoln City had a 6 weeks of training to go on and improve on certain things that maybe they could work on, especially on set pieces. I think that's definitely the key. And not just only set pieces, other things as well to get them improved and to be the team that we want to be this season. That's the second half of the season. Well, before I talk about today's match preview of Lincoln City versus Wycombe at the Adams Park Stadium at Wycombe, I want to say thank you very much to the 475 subscribers who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for everybody who's left a like, who's left reactions, who's left comments, and everything like that. Keep on smashing it. Keep on leaving your likes, keep on leaving the subscribe button, pressing the subscribe button and subscribing to my YouTube channel. It absolutely means the world. Keep on smashing that. It will be very, very appreciated. I'd love to get up to 476 or even more. I'd love to get up to 477, but obviously doing it in baby steps is so key. So thank you very much and keep on doing what you guys do as subscribers on my YouTube channel. So let's get into the video. So this Saturday, us Lincoln City will take on Wycombe. Obviously, watching Skubala's interview today, obviously we've seen positive and optimistic reactions to the squad. Obviously, we saw Ethan Aron being training as well. We saw Sorensen obviously taking part in training, even though he didn't take part in full training. We heard Skubala speak about Draper and Joe Taylor obviously coming in this week, which has really excited a lot of Imps fans, including myself. And what is going to be interesting this Saturday is, are we going to see Draper and Taylor obviously play together? Obviously, watching the interview obviously indicated that obviously we might even see a tweak in the formation. And I think obviously the formations that Skubala has been playing has been kind of like on the onside, and then other bits it's been great. And I mean, there was one the Blackpool one when we lost 2-0 to Blackpool, that formation really buzzed me, to be fair. But obviously when you haven't got the options and you ain't got the quality like obviously that we haven't been having because of the injuries have really made us suffer various defeats, and to have like 3 wins and 2 draws and 1 loss. I mean, look, it's kind of like understanding that us Lincoln City need to have some luck this Saturday, because playing against Wycombe, I mean, they've been in good, decent form. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I think they are a very good side. They got Sam Vokes in their team, a former Premier League star who obviously played for Burnley, so obviously has experience of playing the Premier League and now having experience of playing in League One. And I think my opinion is, and my optimistic views on Draper is that obviously Draper is going to make a huge impact this season. Obviously, scoring 10 goals this season for Walsall is showing that he can score goals, he can make things happen, he can cause defenders to have a very bad day, and he will do that against Wycombe this Saturday. Taylor obviously is a goal scoring machine. Obviously, big up the Luton manager as well. Mick Harrison, former Imps player who obviously played for us Lincoln City, and still up to this day is still an absolute legend, and obviously persuading him to join us on loan and to really get the really best out of him. And as Joe Taylor said, it's about minutes, and you can see how determined and how wearing he is wearing to go, because he wants to play. And obviously his success obviously at Colchester United, obviously in the first half of the season, to score 15 goals this season, it kind of like really shows that he is absolutely the best player. I mean, to to really set foot on the pitch and to score goals. And I mean, I do apologise for the error that I've just made there. To score 11 goals for Colchester. Sorry for the error, everybody. That I do apologise there. I do apologise. At least I'm being honest, to be fair. In 25 games this season and 2 assists this season, really shows that us Lincoln City are in for one hell of a goal scoring machine. And he can score goals and he can make things happen. And to be honest, it's kind of like, looking at this and thinking Joe Taylor is gonna really be some is gonna be an outstanding player that is gonna really cause a lot of defenders. Obviously, to score 11 goals this season and for Colchester on his loan spell, it obviously, look, it's about him getting the playing time. And we had players, from Morgan Rogers and Brennan Johnson who've actually, really who was an absolute success for us over the years. And seeing, Joe Taylor here is going to be something special this year. And, as I said, from time that Joel Taylor is going to will make a huge impact. And obviously we had to battle the other clubs of Bolton and Wycombe and Oxford United to really get him and to really bring him to Lincoln City, because I thought he was going to go to Bolton, because if he went to Bolton, I think they would be in one other player. But it's the same thing. Is he going to get the playing time there? Or is he just going to be sat on the bench and just come off the bench and make the impact? These type of young players obviously want to be playing football and they want to be having minutes under their belt. So I think obviously seeing Joe Taylor as raring to go that he is, it just kind of really shows that obviously when we bring the right players in that Skubala has done, it has shown that we are in for one hell of a season with him. Draper, obviously, I'd love to see both of them play together, because obviously both of them are very good talent individuals. Obviously Draper is 19 years old, and he's Joe Taylor's 23. But listen, at the end of the day, it's not about how old they are. It's about what they can offer for the team. How Skubala can really get the best out of him, and Skubala will get the best out of him for sure. So I think what really be interested is how the lineup's going to be. I can probably see it being a 4-4-2, and the only reason I say it's going to be a 4-4-2 because I feel like obviously he doesn't mind playing as a lone striker, but he don't want to be playing as that isolated striker who's very isolated, who hasn't got nobody in the final third to give him to cross the ball in the box or give him that sort of quality that obviously Joe Taylor's looking for. So as I said this afternoon on Twitter today, don't rule out seeing Draper and Taylor play together as a two. Although I would like to see him play in the three. I'd love to see it. Obviously, he spoke about Freddie Draper. Obviously, he's gonna have one huge impact this season. Same thing for Joe Taylor, but Rico Hackett. It's so fantastic to see Rico Hackett, but obviously the medical team are gonna obviously assess him, and obviously remember he just come back, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a change in that, but I think they will assess him and see if he's ready to go. I mean, he looks like he's wearing to go. He looks like he wants to be playing football. He wants to be playing, playing again and really get back on the assisting tallies this season, and really take that left wing spot, because we have missed Rico Hackett this season. We have done. And the reason why I say we have missed Rico Hackett, because Rico Hackett always brings the vibe to the team. And when you've got a player like that, like Rico, it's always so brilliant. And Moylan is gonna tick it so good as well. I'm looking so forward to Moylan and Joe Taylor playing, and obviously, it's kind of like I'm just getting excited already. Even listening to Michael Skubala's on the We Are Imps official Lincoln City podcast, it just makes me even more optimistic and positive. Who do I think the team's gonna be? If Skubala's gonna go 4-4-2, I think he'll go Jensen in goal. Fingers crossed, Sorensen gets to play on Saturday, because I think Sorensen is very, very key in the right wing back position. Definitely Jackson, TJ, and Mitchell will play for sure. Barbers, I could definitely see on the play on the left. Fingers crossed, Ethan Aron plays. Um, Unless if he don't play on Saturday, then obviously I think Bishop will play there. But I think if Ethan Aron gets the full clear, the all clear for him to play, I would definitely go with the two Ethans in midfield. Moylan on the right because obviously Mandroy is not coming back until the Peterborough the Derby game or the Peterborough game. I think he will be coming back because he's out for 4 games. So I wouldn't be surprised to see obviously O'Connor and Mandroy coming back from that. And I feel like obviously on the left. Rico Hackett, I think I would take a risk in playing Rico. Or even though I would say I'd rather play Duffy on the left and then bring on Rico Hackett, but we need that sort of creativity. We need that sort of positive energy going forward. And I feel Rico Hackett and Moylan would be that sort of momentum really going forward. And then of course I think Joe Taylor up front. But if it's 4-4-2, then I feel like it's gonna be Jensen. It's gonna be Sorensen. Jackson, Ioma, and Mitchell will definitely play for sure. But then it's so hard. Who do you drop out of it? Do you drop TJ out of it because obviously you're gonna play? You have to play two in at the back. So I think obviously for me, I think it's obviously Jackson and Mitchell at the back. If he does play if Skubala does play 4-4-2, I think it'll be very difficult to pull out Ioma out of it. So I think probably having Jackson and Ioma at the back, I think is probably key. It would be very harsh on Mitchell to be fair, and then Barbers on the left. I think in midfield, I think we could see obviously the two Ethans in midfield, and then I think on the left and the right, I think Rico Hackett and Moylan on both sides, and then up front, I think two up front of Draper and Taylor. If Skubala does go with that, I would not be surprised if Michael Skubala goes 4-4-2 and have a tweak at top. So never ruling that out, but obviously I wouldn't be surprised if he plays three on two on the wing and one up front. But obviously I can understand that obviously Joe Taylor doesn't want to be isolated, but he is willing to play where he's required, and obviously he's willing to take on what the manager says. Obviously, learning a lot from that. Obviously, from that interview from Skubala. Obviously, he was asked about does he want experience added to the team. Obviously, look, when we lost 2-0 to Blackpool, which could have been 3-0 on New Year's Day, he was asked about that if he wants experience in the team. He does. I can clearly see that because obviously we've only got 2 loans left, and obviously we've got to use them wisely. I won't be surprised if some of the loans go into the transfer deadline day. I wouldn't be surprised if that. And obviously, I feel like obviously us Lincoln City are always used to having young players. Obviously he spoke about having experienced players, but obviously not just like from 35 or upwards, but he's talking like 26, 27, 28 upwards. Who are obviously got the play, who's got the playing style that maybe that would benefit from Michael Skubala. And I feel like if he does go for that, which looks likely, and obviously as he said, he's working hard on that, which he is, and I can see the determination and the fire and the grit and the desire for him to really get them over the line and get the right players in. But obviously, it's never easy going into the free agent transfer window because you look at some of the players and you think, well, which of the players in there would really benefit our team? I mean, like this morning, I looked at some and I felt like some in there really would be ideal for this team. And looking at experience now, and I feel like some of them would really, really work. But obviously, someone has to go, as he said. And I feel it could be a Delican. And if there's anybody, and I'm saying anybody, to replace Hakim Adelican, despite Adelican's been okay in some games, and then there's other games he hasn't really hit that form that we expected him to have obviously hit. So if there's anybody to replace Adelican this January from the free agent transfer window, from the free agent list, I would say Roman Curtis for me. Because the reason why I say Roman Curtis is because Roman Curtis is wearing to go. He's obviously training at AFC Wimbledon. He's a free agent without a club. He's been injured for a while. Obviously, did his ACL in. Obviously, had a successful operation, and then obviously, Portsmouth. He trained there to get back fit. Obviously, his contract was terminated, and then decided that didn't want to play for them. It didn't decided that there was nothing going on, nowhere going. But if we were to sign a player like him, like his Skubala, not because of the Irish connection, of course, yes, of course, but I would love to see Roman Curtis at Lincoln City. And if we get Curtis on the roll in an Imps shirt, I would be so happy if Skubala pulled that off, because Curtis is just a versatile player. He could play anywhere in the attacking third, and you can visualize the team with him in the team. And I feel like, obviously, if we are going to go for two wingers, which probably looks likely, I would probably say taking a chance on Charlie Kirk as well. And I feel like having Roman Curtis at Lincoln City to replace Adelican and Shadipo, yes, we're not a club with millions of pounds and millions or such money. We are a small club who are trying to really be the best small club as we can. But I would say this without in a massive heartbeat. I would love to see Robin Curtis at Lincoln City on a free. And if Skubala signs him, I'm sorry, top six is coming. Top six will be ours this come the end of the season. But I think if there's any two wingers to sign on a permanent deal, I would look at this and I would say Roman Curtis and Charlie Kirk would be the best two candidates to have in this team. If we are to go for a left wing back on a free agent, I would look at guys like Matt Penny, and Todd Kane. Obviously, I think those type of players would be ones that would really make a beneficial impact. And not only that, it'll help the young players that we have in the team, because we don't want it. Obviously, yes, it would be nice to just go young and then obviously they get burnt out and etc. But you need an experience. We need an experienced players to come and really help. Maybe one up front might be ideal, but maybe on a short term deal. But I feel like we have to wait and see. But they are working on it. But I think if there's any player to come in, and I know that obviously Adelican's gonna go. I won't be surprised if Jaden Brown goes out on loan to League Two. And if we are to bring any sort of experience to the table, I would say Matt Penny would be a good one. Roman Curtis, obviously. We signed Roman Curtis. Top six is ours this season. I would love it. And if this is any sort of suggestion, message to Michael Skubala and the recruitment team, big up Jez George, keep up the hard work that you guys are doing, and the rest of the recruitment board, I would say bring Roman Curtis in. Because for me, I think Roman Curtis will be one player that's really going to be an outstanding candidate that will really, he's 27, 28 years of age. I'd love to see that happen. And there's other candidates too. Todd Kane, I'd love to see Todd Kane at Lincoln. I heard the Stacey West podcast. Big up Chris Lemon, big up Gary Hutchinson, and big up Charlie Breaston and Ben Ward for all their hard work. Keep on doing what you guys doing, because it's absolutely amazing. But I would love to see Todd Kane at Lincoln. Matt Penny, yeah, man. Tick, tick. Roman Curtis, tick, tick. But obviously, we'll need two wingers, obviously. But we have to wait and see which experienced player come in. Not ruling out Connor Wickham, maybe. Maybe on a short-term deal. Maybe. Never know. Never know. But, it's me just probably being overly optimistic, but I'd rather be optimistic than pessimistic. And obviously, he's feeling optimistic. So why can't I? Why can't I be optimistic for the mighty Lincoln City Football Club? Are we going to beat Wycombe this Saturday? Oh, yes, of course. First goal scorer is going to be Joe Taylor. Joe Taylor will score. Or you never know, Freddie Drakes will score. Well, obviously, I'm predicting a 2-0 or 3-0 win to Lincoln City this Saturday against Wycombe. And obviously, we need to take the game to them and really, really boss the game and really bring that positive energy to Lincoln to the first half and the second half. Keep creating the chances, and most importantly, the team has to not give up on the weekend. Because us, Lincoln City, we deserve to go and get 3 points and really take some confidence going into the Derby game next Saturday at home. Because that's going to be a massive game. Do you know what I'm saying? Trust me. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for watching the Imps View podcast show. Thank you to the 475 subscribers who subscribe to my YouTube channel. It absolutely means a lot. Keep on smashing your likes and leaving your comments. Thank you so much. See you soon in the next video when us, Lincoln City, beat the Wycombe and get 3 points. Up the mighty Imps. Have a nice evening. Thank you.